There are staggering new statistics on homelessness.
60,000 people are now homeless in LA County.
Tents now line streets all over Los Angeles.
Block after block, tent after tent.
The city says they legally can't do anything about removing the homeless.
It's honestly like Armageddon. It's post-apocalyptic, it's lawless, it's chaos.
No, it might as well be a third world country, though. I mean, it might as well be the apocalypse.
Any and everywhere you go, in and out of stores, homeless, homeless, homeless.
Homelessness is rising in California in part because housing costs and rents have skyrocketed.
There's a shortage of affordable housing.
High-cost housing inventory.
Housing. Smoke some crack.
Affordable housing.
Affordable housing.
Affordable housing.
This isn't a housing problem. That's a hoax. It's a mental health crisis and addiction crisis. Full on.
They're drug addicts, and they can't live that kind of lifestyle in a shelter.
You're living out here by choice.
Oh, 100%. Start doing heroin again.
Do you have a goal of getting off the street or not even thinking about that right now?
I'm not thinking about that.
All California does is give drug addicts a whole state as a playground to do drugs and do nothing.
So it is Prop 47, Prop 57, so people came out of the prisons, and people that had mental illness that shouldn't have been in prison in the first place, frankly, ended up on the streets.
Get the out of here, motherfucker!
Then because we made drugs legal, essentially, in California, the drug users are here now because they don't get hassled. And if you're a drug addict, then you know it's warm, and by the way, you can steal $950 a day and not even get hit for a misdemeanor.
What you gonna do, beat my ass? You're not gonna sue for that, right?
Crimes committed by homeless people are way up.
He told us crime has been on the rise as homelessness has increased in the neighborhood.
I worry when I walk outside. I'm always on guard, making sure that I'm okay.
Did you ever see I Am Legend?
Yes.
Okay. Remember when all the crazy zombie people are running at once?
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
A shirtless maniac armed with rocks. And a homeless person bit off part of his finger.
Pushes the man into the street.
Transient with psychotic disorders dumped feces all over her.
Bucket of his diarrhea. It was awful.
We found the homeless who are arrested for these crimes are often right back on the streets without getting any treatment or help.
It's unsafe.
I am always on the lookout.
New rules on plastic straws officially go into effect today.
People are defecating and urinating all over the street.
That is getting washed directly into the LA River, into the ocean every day.
This is like a petri dish for disease.
He knows. He contracted staph. It cost him his leg.
We have tuberculosis exploding. We will see Yersinia, which you may know as plague.
And an army of rats, millions strong, has overthrown Los Angeles.
So typhoid fever means, oh, now we have oral fecal contamination, so that's going to mean parasites and cholera. Here we go.
Wake up! Get out! Get out! Get out!
These kinds of fires, often started accidentally by the homeless, are erupting with growing frequency across the city. 2,500 of them last year.
That car's gonna blow!
We have done everything we possibly can to enable this population to stay there without seeking help on their own.
Permanently forcing people to go from one place to the next while they're trying to get out of homelessness doesn't solve the problem.
This is the dirty little secret. Most of them don't want the help and don't want the housing. And this because of the brain condition. These are my patients on the street. I know who they are. I've treated this population for years, and it is ridiculous that they're calling it a housing problem.
Today it was officially released, the audit from City Controller Ron Galprin about Proposition HHH, the $1.2 billion bond measure that was supposed to build 10,000 homeless housing units.
Not a single unit has opened in the 3 years since voters approved the bond measure.
They're supposed to build 10,000 and after 3 years, not one?
That is correct.
Construction has become so expensive, $500,000 per room, the city is running out of money.
Voters are angry. You guys are spending too much taxpayer money.
The money's been stolen and wasted.
How many people must die before you change the rhetoric?
We're at the breaking point. The mayor insists his plans are working. They just need more time.
This is the worst government imaginable.
I disagree. I completely disagree. I'll just say I completely disagree.
There's nobody here that gives a